Welcome back to another episode of Intuition Activation. I'm so excited that you're here because today is going to be such a special and unique episode. And so this week, because at the time that this episode is coming out, it's going to be the beginning of March, the first week of March, and I thought that it would be really fun to channel a spirit guide and ask for sort of an energy forecast for the month. And so in this episode, I call in a spirit guide, or in this case, I actually didn't know what was going to come through. And it turned out it was this beautiful angel, actually, three angels. Who came through to offer messages for the collective, what to expect over the month ahead, but more importantly, what to focus on in the month ahead. And they sort of give an energy theme and give suggestions and opportunities of things that you should be trying to focus on as you kind of work towards your goals for 2024, and sort of the themes or energies that are going to come up and maybe how you may feel as the month goes on. It's really beautiful, and I'm really excited for the messages that came through. And I really think that this episode is so timely, not only because it's the first week of March, and it'll give you sort of a good heads up for the month ahead, but also because last week's episode, we talked about how to set up your channeling practice and start to call in your spirit guides and allow this information to start coming through. And I really do get to offer you or exemplify exactly what that looks like in this episode, in this channeling. So, before you actually see me do the channeling, I do want to walk you through a little bit about what I do, the ritual that I do before I call in this guide for the collective. So, unfortunately, this part is not on the camera. But what I do is I take a few deep breaths, usually about five deep breaths. And then I walk myself through my own little guided meditation. So, just a meditation to help ground myself, to get connected. I usually visualize something in nature. I visualize sort of tree roots coming out of my feet and allowing them to anchor me and connect me deeply into the earth. I call in whatever energy from the earth I need to come in through my body to feel connected and grounded. And then I go ahead and call in the guides, and this part is actually recorded. So you're going to hear me call in the guides and set an intention. Now, I want to clarify here that well, it sounds like I call in my own spirit guides. I actually didn't know who was going to come through because I knew that I was calling in energy or messages for the collective. So for the bigger audience, right? For the greater good, for everybody that needed to hear, for messages that everybody needed to hear. And so I actually really didn't know who was coming through, and I thought maybe it could be my guides who needed to share it, but it turned out it was these beautiful three angels, one specifically who came forward to talk to me, or rather talk through me. And so I set an intention in asking them to provide the messages that need to be heard for the collective. What is it that everybody needs to sort of focus on in the month ahead? So you hear me set this intention. And you also hear me call in for protection, asking that I am protected as I channel these messages. And then allow the guide to come through, and you're going to hear me describe what this beautiful angel looks like and the two others who kind of come in with her. And then I do something very unique. And this is not something I do always, but I felt that this was really important, and it seems to be coming up for me more often. The urge to sort of, instead of interpreting the messages that the guide wants to share and sort of being the middleman, I actually step aside. So I step aside, not literally, but figuratively. I sort of allow my conscience to take a break, and I allow the guide to channel directly through me. So everything you hear coming out of my mouth are the words directly from this angel. It has nothing to do with any of my own thoughts or perceptions. I simply take a step back and allow her to speak directly through me. And I start, even as I listen back to the recording myself, you'll notice that it's not me, because even I guess the tone of my voice is a little bit different. The way that I'm speaking is different because it's not me. This is me taking a step back and allowing her to speak through me, or use my body as a vessel, as a means to share these messages for the collective. So it's really powerful and it's really beautiful. And I'm so excited for you to hear sort of what this angel feels is most important for you to focus on in this month ahead. So I can't wait for you to sort of hear these beautiful messages. But before we dive in, I do want to remind you that my intuition activation mini course is out and available. This course is for anybody who's ready to dive into developing their intuitive abilities, anybody who wants to start connecting to their spirit guides and start receiving clear and easy messages right from their spirit guides today. So you can head over to my website, jessicarachel.co/mini course, and use promo code intuition all caps, for 10% off your course price if you're excited to get started about that with that. And I can't wait to see you in the private Facebook group that is offered with this mini course, where I will be answering all of your questions and guiding you through some meditations and other activations beyond the actual course content to improve your intuitive abilities. So if you're ready to dive into tapping in, you want to tap in on your own, this is the course for you. Also, for anybody who wants to have a spiritual guidance session for me, so you don't necessarily want to do it yourself, you just want me to do the readings for you. I do offer private spiritual guidance sessions, both 90-minute and 45-minute sessions. And I do want to offer a coupon code for that as well. So we're going to use the same code, intuition, all caps, for 10% off a spiritual guidance session with me. I am currently booking into the end of March as of now, and beginning of April. So if you are wanting to have a session, now is the time to book. Spots are filling up quickly. And I also should remind you that at the end of April, beginning of May, I am due to have my baby. And so I will be taking some time off in order to welcome this new baby into our home and reintegrate this new energy into our family as we become a family of four. And so I, at the very least, will be taking the month of May off, possibly June as well. And so, if you don't want to wait till the end of the summer to have a spiritual guidance session and connect with your own spirit guides, get the information you need, then definitely head over to my website, jessicarachel.co, and use the promo code intuition, all caps, get 10% off your session. I can't wait to meet you in person and channel your beautiful guides and all the messages that they have for you. So that being said, I don't. Without further ado, I am going to jump into the episode. If you do want to see what it looks like when I am channeling, and you want to actually see my face, for those podcast listeners who are listening on podcast platforms, know that I also do have this up on YouTube. So you can head over to my YouTube channel at I am Jessica Rachel, and see me channeling. And don't forget, while you're over there, to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a new episode when it comes out, and you can see my beautiful face when we're chit-chatting and communicating. And so without further ado, on to the channeled message from the beautiful angel who came through for the month of March. I'm going to call upon all of my spirit guides, loved ones, ascended masters, angels, archangels, and all other beautiful, benevolent beings of light who support me and who support the collective to come through in this moment. I invite you into this space. I ask that I only connect to those of love and of light, of the highest vibration and the highest good, and that you provide us with the guidance, clarity, and healing that I and the collective need most today. I am asking for the messages that the collective most needs to hear as we head into the month of March. What is the energy theme or the theme for the month? What is it that we need as a collective to be focusing on as we head forward into this month? And how do we navigate the energies of this month? I'd like to call upon Archangel Michael to send a healing circle of protection around all of us and myself. I ask that he too ensure that I only connect to those of love and of light, of the highest vibration and the highest good. That he ensure that the guides who come through clearly but gently with their energy, and one at a time if necessary. We have a beautiful angel guide coming through to share with us this collective energy forecast. And she comes through in sort of what you would expect a beautiful angel to look like. So beautiful, long, white, flowy robes, but with a lot of texture to them, as if there are feathers and a lot of sort of fabric on these robes. She does have angel wings in the exact way you would imagine angel wings. And she has this beautiful, long, curly golden hair, big, beautiful, bright blue eyes, and a golden sort of crown or halo above her head, and this beautiful, warming, sunshine-like light all around her. She does have two angels who stand behind her in the background. They have brown hair, brown long hair, and green eyes. And they stand with their hands in prayer position behind her, almost as if supporting her as she's here to deliver the messages for the collective today. So I'm going to allow this beautiful angel to channel through me, to speak through me, and share to you, my beautiful audience, the collective, what it is that we all need to hear as we head into the month of March. Beautiful beings of light. The month of March is all about self-care and self-reflection. This is a month to go inward. This is a month to check in with the self and to really care to both your physical and emotional needs. The crystal that represents this month is a rose quartz crystal, the crystal of self-love and self-healing. This is the month where you are to tend to your wounds and nurture your soul on a childlike level. Check in with your inner child. Check in with the younger versions of you who are calling out to be nurtured, to be loved, to be seen and heard. Check in with that younger version of yourself and offer him or her what she most needed at those vulnerable times throughout their childhood. Ask them what they need. Offer them the space and the love that they are most craving. This month is a tender time as we head into a space of renewal, as we start to move towards spring and then summer. We must prepare. We must go inward and nurture the parts of us that have been neglected as we have been heading forward and forging forward to achieve our goals for the year. Sometimes the younger self, the inner child, gets left behind with scraped knees and bruises that need tending to. Take a moment to allow yourself, your younger self, to catch up to the energy that you are stepping into as you form a new version of the self throughout the course of this year. Your inner child needs a moment to recalibrate, to be seen, to be invited on along the ride. Take a moment to hold space for her. Take a moment to nurture her and comfort her. Take a moment to ask her what it is that she needs in order to feel safe and heard and loved. Does she need a hug? Does she need to sit in the comfort of your lap and have a good cry? Does she need to express a feeling or an emotion that has been put on the back burner? Does she have a memory she needs to share? Does she just need some attention or some love or a good giggle? Spend some time with your inner child. This is the time to heal those wounds, to place band-aids over the little cuts and scrapes she may have acquired as you have grown so quickly over the past 2 months of this year. Sometimes she gets dragged behind a little too quickly. And now is the time to stop, recalibrate, check in with her, and allow her to reintegrate into every fiber of your new being, the new frequency of your being. Invite her along for the ride. Invite her inward. Invite her to join you. This will make the process of your becoming so much faster, smoother, and easier without having to worry about her resistance, because she will feel nurtured and loved and along for the ride. This is the month of self-care. Take time this month to nurture both your inner child and also the parts of your soul that have been neglected. This can appear in both physical and emotional states. On the physical sense, perhaps your body is needing a break. Perhaps it is time to take that warm bubble bath with beautiful Epsom salts and oils. Perhaps it is time to make space in your calendar for the alone time you have been longing for and craving. Perhaps it is time to take a few days off and do nothing, to simply just be. Perhaps it is time to nourish your mind, dive into a great book of thought leaders to offer inspiration, and give yourself a pause and a break from the thoughts that have been spinning in your own mind. Perhaps it is time to curl up by a warm fire with a warm mug of nourishing and healing tea, and warm your body from within and without. Take this time to nurture your delicate infant soul as it gets ready to birth into an even higher frequency as we head into the summer. This can happen in a beautiful way, an easeful and flowing way if you take this time. And if not, there is a chance that you will experience repercussions and burnout later in the year if this crucial step is not taken. Take a moment to check in with your emotions. What conflicts have arisen with others and in relationships over the past few months that you have put aside in preference to heading towards your goals and your manifestations? What conversations have been waiting to be had that you have been putting aside? Now is the time to have these sometimes hard conversations. Sometimes these conversations need to be had with the self, and really asking yourself, do I feel aligned? Do I feel in alignment at this time? Do I feel as if I am living to my highest potential and my highest self? Where have I been abandoning myself with the best of intentions to achieve a goal, but forgetting that I have needs as well? This is the time to tend to those needs. Are there fears that came up that I pushed aside? Are there emotions that came up that I suppressed? Do I need to have a good cry, a good scream, a good release of anger or frustration? How have I been plowing forward quickly and swiftly to achieve a goal for the year without giving myself the time and space to feel the feelings? This is the month where the release needs to happen. The pressure has built up enough. And if you do not allow this to come through or set aside the time to do so, you may notice that the emotions will seep out and bubble over anyways. The choice is yours, whether you allow it to come through in a controlled sense where you offer it the space, you offer those emotions the time, nurturing, and space they need to surface and to exit the body. Otherwise, they will find their way out on their own. Regardless, there is a release that happens this month. Emotions will come to the surface and be removed from your body so that you can step into a lighter and a higher frequency. This is all for your highest good. This is all for your higher purpose. Remember that this is the year where manifestations come to fruition tenfold and faster than they ever have before. Your body needs to remain a clear vessel in order to hold space and hold on to these beautiful things that are coming into your being. All of your wants and desires are waiting to come through, but they cannot come through if your vessel is not clear, if your container is not big enough. This is the month where you open and expand that container. Clean it out to welcome the guest, the very welcome guest of your desires manifesting. Remember that this is the month of self-care and self-love. Nurture yourself, your soul, your inner child, and everything will come through with peace and love, ease and flow as you head towards the spring and summer months. Beautiful. Thank you, beautiful angel guide. It seems that that is all that she has to share for you for March. As we head into the month of March, I'm going to take a moment to thank these beautiful angels who came through to offer such beautiful messages of love and healing and support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll just take a deep breath to let them go. Thank you, beautiful listener, for listening. I encourage you to really sit with these beautiful messages that came through from the angels for the collective. Allow the information to settle with your being and to really take them on. And I look forward to hearing how this comes through for you and how it manifests for you over the month of March. I'll catch you in the next episode. See you soon.